Hey guys, Gabe from the Minnesota Airsoft Association. It is Saturday, August the 1st, 2026. It is 5:45 p.m. I am driving home from Twin Cities Airsoft, which had its high-intensity Ghost Directive event. It was a fantastic day of Airsoft. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to do a proper brain dump on my way home. But I want to first acknowledge something. One of our friends, one of our original MAA guys from 15 years ago, Ian Dookie Eccles, passed away this morning. I don't need to get into details about that. It's terrible, obviously. But what I want to celebrate is how awesome a guy Dookie was. He was kind. He was friendly. He was a good player. Tangentially from a different world, from the real steel training world. Dookie took some classes with us, with Eric McKeeser and QSI, and Dookie came and he was a big dude, and he ran his guns so smooth and people were so impressed, and we're like, oh yeah, no, that's Airsoft. Dookie knew what to do. He was a great guy. He hadn't played Airsoft in a while. He grew up, right? He had a different life, but when he was a young man, he was with us a lot, and he was a really good dude, and we're sorry to hear of his passing. Our condolences to his family, his friends, and obviously those of us who knew him. It's a great loss, and he was a young dude, and it's just unfortunate, but I want to shout that out just because it's terrible news. So, Dookie, love you, brother. Find some peace, and we'll see you next time. See you in the future somewhere. I just wanted to say that because a lot of us who've heard today have just been sharing stories. If you're on the Facebook, MAA Facebook group, some wonderful pictures have been shared. So if you knew Dookie, go ahead and chime in. That's it for that. Back to Airsoft. So again, as I said, coming home from Twin City Airsoft's high-intensity Ghost Directive game. I'll just reiterate. Beautiful day. Which only was made better by a fantastic game. Blondie, Nick, and Z did a great job of putting together missions. They were fun. There was an escalation. Both teams had objectives. Role players, which people got into. There was, and I think I mentioned this before, but for those who didn't see, they did kind of like a cartel versus NATO kind of thing. So anyone dressed in their regular fatigues was NATO, but you had guys dressed. One guy was dressed in a suit. You know, guys really got into the cartel look. That was really a fun aspect. They did a real good job. Game started on time. Missions were well run. I'll just say Nick was very open to ideas. I ended up swapping sides just based on needs, but I like to do that. So from a previous video, I want to go and make the game better as a player, or as I was not leading. We had leaders, they were leading, but I'm a voice on a field, and I love to do that. So I swapped around as needed. I was happy to do it. A lot of fun. But as it goes to the discussion the discussion from Wednesday's live stream, and then from my dump early this morning, I like this kind of game. This is what I want to do. I'm fine just shooting, open session style, but whatever. I would prefer to play games that have, again, missions, objectives, role players, props. They use the Southern Minnesota Airsoft demo charges in one of their rounds, and I didn't play that round, but they were training people how to use it. I heard it go off, and I was like, sweet. And it's not something you see gets a lot of use because GAG has very specific vehicle rules. They changed some stuff up. They had the ATV in play as more like it was a mule. So like they were trying to transport. It was the VIP. One team had to protect it. The other team had to blow it up. Like, great. It was fantastic. We got to play a lot of parts of the field, which is also something I think these are the types of games that get people used to, oh, GAG uses the whole field. Okay, now I have played the D-Day field. I've played Hamburger Hill. I've played, like, everyone plays Mayhem, everyone plays Connex, or Containers, right? Like, everyone plays Pines. But they added some other things. Fantastic. Got the players. And I would say there was a lot of regulars, but we definitely met some new people, too. So, Decision Matrix. This is what I want to play if I'm going to play a light, fun game. And this is what that was for me. Like, I wore shorts and a sun shirt and a blue cap. Like, I wasn't tactical. I wasn't milsim. I also threw a lot of grenades today. I probably threw a box. I probably threw a box of UG67s and maybe 15 Mark 5s. But it was great, and I liked that. But Decision Matrix, I like this kind of event. Cobra Alex was like, I should play these more than open sessions. I was like, yeah, dude, this is more what you want. But again, not everybody wants that. I actually think everybody who attended today, and I believe Blondie said 120 people. So I actually thought it might be a little higher. I didn't think it was, like, comparatively to the last 2 weeks. Well, it was pretty nice out. We had a little breeze, mid-80s, I assume. Oh, I guess my car says it's 88 right now, but didn't feel too bad out at the field. So, good turnout for a good game. I really don't have. I'm trying to think if I have any constructive feedback. No. Again, Blondie, Nick, and Z did a good job of putting things together. Nick, as he was the main ref. There were some things, so they used mechanics from GAG for helicopters. One team had helicopters and the other team had juggernauts. Same thing. Players who played armored vehicles. No vehicles, but they played that role. Nobody had launchers today, formally. I do know that Franklin was out, Metaman was out testing, as he is often testing his new Havoc. But there were no launchers, that wasn't advertised. So Nick very quickly adjusted and was like, okay, grenades will kill the choppers. And I didn't see juggernauts, but I saw the choppers play. The choppers understood that rule. So if people threw grenades at them and they hadn't cooked them, and here's where I'm not endorsing anybody cooking a grenade before throwing. It is a dangerous thing. You shouldn't do it. But they would see those grenades come in and they would try to avoid that 10-foot radius for kills. They were smart. It was good. But there was a mechanism in place that Nick was like, yeah, oh shit, we need a mechanism in place to take them out. So pivoting very naturally. Yeah, geez. I will say, I got peppered at Pines. My face, I haven't been shot this much in my face in a long time, but that's just because at Pines specifically, when you're in the city of Pines and you're just looking around corners, your face is what's out there. So I got no issue with it. That's what I was showing. That's what you shoot. And so that's not a problem. That's how Airsoft is played, folks. If you don't want to get shot in the face, wear face protection or a full paintball mask. What else? Yeah, no. So not as many people signed up for Cartel, which was fine. They again, players were happy to switch and they gave them armbands. I didn't think there was any problem with IFF. I do recognize, again, I switched. I was originally Cartel, again, shorts and a sun shirt. I switched over to the NATO coalition side just to kind of help out for a round. But I guess I'm getting to that point where people know me well enough that I was like, hey, I'm on your side. No, don't shoot me. And so I don't think I got friendlied any more than I would normally get friendlied by people who know me and just wanted to shoot me. But yeah, so players were willing to pivot. So thank you to all those players who were so naturally like, yeah, I don't care. I'll switch roles. As well as the guys who wore suits and funny shirts. I always think that's great. Yeah, I guess if I'm thinking about other feedback, I don't really have anything. yeah, no, it was a good day. Like, everybody we talked to, new people, old people, and when I say old, I mean experienced players. It was good to see people. We did play today. We did take a couple videos, but our intention was to play today, and we did. As I was leaving, David was testing a launcher, so look for videos from Project Echo Airsoft later today. I took a couple that I'll post later, but not many, because again, this is going to previous posts we've done. For us, if we go to video, we're there to video. If we're there to ref, we're there to ref. Maybe we can take a little video, but we're concentrating on that. When you're playing, I want to play. I just want to play. So that worked out just fine. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say than it was a great day at Airsoft. There were a couple things that I think, and again, no big issue from the game point of view, but they did have specific rules, and not everybody was following them, and that was because it was a variation of Milsim game or Milsim rules that I think some people just didn't. It just didn't register. Like, there was no dragging rule. If you died, you could call for a medic, and you could be medicked twice, but you could not move them. So you had to go. Like, a medic had to go to that person and medic where they were shot. People started to drag, and yes, those people were in the open, so like I wouldn't want to go get them either. But like, there was some little tweaking, and this goes to that whole thought process of knowing the rules, and on top of knowing the rules, also standardizing. Like, it's rough, right? Like, this was a high intensity event. I mean, I don't know if we get to a point where they go, these are gag rules. All the gag rules? Because there's a lot of rules for gag. Okay, no, not all gag rules, but maybe the medic rules, the launcher rules, the grenade rules. Like, I think maybe you can do that, but not everybody has been to the field to know those rules as well. So it can be rough, but I guess there's something for Nick and Z and Blondie. Maybe maybe don't change rules that are established for other events. I don't know. Like, I heard the rule. I didn't. I also didn't care much about medics. I ended up playing in a lot of areas where my spawn was super close, and I was just like, oh, it's just easier for me to spawn, to run 50, 75 feet back and respawn in than it was to call for a medic. And things like people got shot, moved, and then called for medic. No, don't do that, guys. Like, understand the rules. But, again, maybe refine that. If you're going to do medic rules, say it's the same as blah, blah, blah. And again, it was in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really affect the game. I just know Nick was like, I saw people dragging, and I didn't want them to drag. And I was like, whatever, dude. Like, and he just flat out said it wasn't worth it to him to call anybody out. It wasn't a points infraction. It wasn't a war crime. Again, this is a high intensity, elevated play, but still there for fun. And it was all of those things. So that's like, again, I guess it was a really good day where focus was put on the enjoyment of the players. I do know, so like, another thing that happened was the games, and I think players got it eventually. The games could have been a blowout. Like, whenever you're doing attack defend, if the defenders are smart, they're gonna win unless you give opportunities to the attackers. So I think we were almost to the end of a round, halfway, doesn't matter, and there was a discussion of, should we change things? Should we make it so the attackers can come in from a different direction? Can the attackers, can they use an airdrop for the defenders? Okay, make the defenders do something that is weird or, unnatural, like, oh, move your VIP forward because you have to. Just because the other team needs a chance. And so that happened definitely the first game. And people were asking me, and again, I appreciate that. And I was like, yeah, give the other team a chance. And the team I was on, the defenders, were like, Well, all of a sudden the attacking team came from a direction that they shouldn't have been. And we're like, hey, they changed that because they got to give them opportunities. Some people were a little bit salty for a short period of time. I heard people be like, what the fuck? What the F? Sorry, YouTube. You know, they're coming from an area they shouldn't have been. And I was like, hey, they're giving them opportunities. And I heard people go, oh, okay. Like, the surprise of it. And that was just again, they were pivoting on the fly. But I think it was a valuable thing to do. I think it worked out. And again, I hate blowouts. I'll say it again. If you're running a game and one team is dominating and you don't, as a game organizer, referees, whatever, have a mechanism in play to make the other team, to give the other team a chance, you're going to lose half your player base. Like, yes, the team blowing out is always like, we're dominating. Yes, crushing. Oh, what? Why are you giving them why are you changing the rules for them? Because a game sucks. If you've never been on the receiving end of a blowout, that sounds terrible, by the way. Like the super losing side and how deflating and crushing that can be, you need to. Because if you don't have any sympathy for the other team and realize that you're literally ruining someone's day, that sucks. Now, do I think that should happen in a way, I think both teams should know. I think it should be a thing so that no one's surprised by an airdrop behind you. Like, how did I get shot from behind? Yeah, I get it. Like, getting pissed off because you thought everything was secure and it's not. Also, I'll say as a player, be aware. Why is the ref taking a bunch of players with armbands behind our lines? I wonder why that's happening. Like, part of it's just learning about being an airsoft player, but I get it. But I think you have to have that. I like it. I encourage it. I think you have to have a mechanism in play to give both sides a fair shake. I know that at the gag events, and again, I've been on the receiving end of this, where like we're getting housed. And the game organizers will go, like, do you have any money to buy, again, an airdrop, a nuke strike, something like that? And we'll go, no, we got nothing. Well, you have a mission now. It's on your side of the field. Go do it. So you can get a little influx of cash so that you can do stuff. Great. You should do that. I love it. So this, the first rule of Airsoft, or the more recent first rule of Airsoft is don't be a jerk. Tweak that a little bit to don't be a jerk, including have a little sympathy for your fellow players, including those on the other side. Like, if you've ever been on that side that's just getting pounded, this is for you. So, be a little forgiving, guys. I heard a lot of people who were getting hit and being like, nice shot. And, I'm that guy too, right? Like, I got some glancers, and I was like, I'm hit. I heard other people like, oh, that was a great shot. Like, it warms my old Hawaiian heart when I hear people go, nice shot, great job. I would like to think that the season players, so this is it was a great day. Not only was Cobra Alex and David Project Echo and all of his guys, and then Slim Tack Airsoft was out, and everybody from Metaman, from Night Stalkers was out, and other people, and then our friend DT and Smitty were out. Like, every time I go and I just see people I know, I don't care if I'm playing with you or against you, though I like to play with you. I do. I love it just because there's more people I know. And when I'm playing on a field of people that I know, and I hear like, oh, I got you, Gabe. I love it. Like, that's the community aspect that we push so hard, I think, a lot of the time. And I'm not sure that everybody feels it yet, especially if you're a new player. Those of you who are regulars at fields and know everybody, and you get to play at both against and with, I think that makes a day, again, better. It just makes it better. I say again too much. Call me out on that, chat. So, this all started, I think, with me getting shot a lot in the face in Pines. But I never felt like I was getting headhunted. I never felt like anything was cheating or unfair. I did hear some people go, well, there's guys using other dead guys for cover. And I looked around and I was like, no, those are dead guys hoping that their medics get to them. I often feel like when people are like, they're using dead for cover, and there were a couple of guys who were shot and were so excited to get back in the game they didn't take off their dead rags before they started shooting. Like, here's what I say, if you've played medic rules, you've all been there, so shut up. Where you're like, medic! And you see the medic crawling up, and you just like put your hand down or stretch your leg out a little so they can heal you, and the second it happens, you just pick up your gun and you go to target and you start shooting, and your dead rag's still on your head. I get it. Try to at least take your dead rag off or roll out of the way. When you're dead and you're watching, you're like, I see that guy's creeping up. I see things are happening, but I didn't see anything that I was like, that's cheating. Like, I didn't. I just flat out didn't. I saw stuff that I was like, oh, I know what's happening here. There's a medic there, and that just made me want to run up and grenade the whole area to make sure that we killed everybody in the zone. But again, that just happens, guys. And sympathy, it's not sympathy, it is trying to think of the right word. Whatever the word is of being in the other person's shoes. You know what it's like on the other side. You've been in that situation. Give each other a little grace. And mostly, that's all I heard. All I heard was, good job, good shot. People were really cool. Lots of fist bumps. I don't know if the kids are doing fist bumps. That's what I was doing a lot of. Like, I engage everybody if I can. Just because I want to make sure people aren't having as good day as I am. Yeah, what else? I don't know, man. It was just a really fun day. Yeah, and put that in perspective with our initial friend out from Dookie. Guys, we got a short time to play a fun game. Don't take it so serious. Enjoy it. Relish it. Make friends. Have some laughs. Share stories. Yeah, I guess this brain dump isn't very brainy. I was trying to think of something else to really bring up, and these are the kinds of days you hope you have. You get to go out and just have a good day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. August 1st, 2026. High intensity Twin Cities Airsoft, Ghost Directive. Did I say that Wasp helped out too? So again, Blondie, Nick, Z put the game format together, their team. Wasp helped. Lots of regulars came. Great day at Airsoft. I hope no matter where you went today, I hope you had a wonderful day as well. I hope you're sharing stories. Once again, meeting people who only knew us through our live streams or things we've been posting. Great. We sold a lot of shirts, a lot of patches. Thank you, everybody, once again. But, Gabe for the Minnesota Airsoft Association, August 1st, 2026. Good day, beautiful day of Airsoft. I hope you got out and played. If you're still planning to play tomorrow, have a good, safe day tomorrow. It's going to be hotter, I believe. And I hope to see you all at another field or another game soon. Take care, guys.